Hello and welcome to week 1 of Cost Accounting Fundamentals. My name is Bob Steele. I'll be your instructor for this mod. We have the contact information up top with the email address and the phone number. We also have office hours currently at Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to attend the office hours, they are not required, but they are time carved out. They're in question and answer format, not in lecture format. So be ready for some questions if you want to ask questions at that time. Otherwise, we could set up other times to ask questions. And we have first log into the phone number, so call into the phone number first, and then we can use screen share software as needed in order to work through problems at that time. So first call in, and then we can take a look at the problems and work through them. When we go through the course, you can take a look at the course overview, which will go over the Moodle Rooms shell as a whole. I'll obviously take a look at the syllabi, the homework grid, and the welcome letter as part of that process. We will take a look at the syllabi briefly here. Before we do that, though, want to say first thing we need to do is to log into McGraw-Hill's Connect. So McGraw-Hill being the publisher, Connect being the program. Most of the information will be in here. We're probably familiar with this from AC1510, so if not other classes. So go in there and make sure that you're logged in there. That's the first thing we want to get up and running. Make sure it is functioning. And the resources down here will help you for that. This is going to be your registration. So if you have not registered, go through this registration process, and that will help you to register into the Moodle Rooms. Let's take a look at the syllabi. So the syllabi, we have the instructor information, you have the course outline. This course provides an introduction to cost accounting by exploring cost accounting principles and methods. The prerequisite is AC1110. If you took AC1110 last mod, then make sure that you passed it in order to go forward to this mod. If you have not passed it, then you may want to discuss that with the registrar. They may not have processed that through, and it's possible that you may need to take that course over again before you can move forward. So you want to be proactive on that so you don't lose a week while that gets processed. So just be aware of that as we go. I'll let you go through the learning objectives, the instructional materials. We will be using the McGraw-Hill. So McGraw-Hill is an ebook, so you want to make sure, of course, that's the first thing we want to do is get into the ebook and be ready to go forward with that. I'll let you take a look at the resources, the method, the topics. Remember that the criteria for the grading is that we have 21% in the discussion forums. It's a huge piece for discussion forums. So you want to make sure to get full credit over that because you have the most control there. And then you have the quizzes, the assignments, and the homework. Note that the assignments and the homework, which will include a lot of resources that we will take a look at briefly, are other things that you have a lot of control over. And so I would approach this by getting 100% on the 21% of the grade and as much of full credit on the 33 and the 13 as possible so that you can go into the quiz, which of course you have least control over, with as much of a point cushion total as possible. Alright, going to go down to the week 1, current week that we are in. Again, make sure to watch this here so you can go through the rest of the Moodle Rooms information, but it should be similar to prior courses. And this should also be similar to prior courses in that we have the objectives up top, then we have the topics, then we have the lessons. We're going to be covering chapter 19 here. Chapter 19 is a job costing system, so we'll be covering the job cost system there. You can click on this icon and that will take you to links to instructional videos here. And you can also find those instructional videos, probably you can, up in the YouTube channel here. So if you want to go to the YouTube channel and find other resources, you're welcome to go there as well and see what would be applicable. So then we have the information from the discussion forum on downward. This is what we need to complete for the week. This is the check sheet. So remember that you want to make sure to use this as where you want to check everything off. Although most of the work will be done up here in McGraw-Hill's, not all the work will necessarily be listed here, and therefore you want to check them off in Moodle Rooms because although not all the work will be done in Moodle Rooms, all the work will be listed in Moodle Rooms. So therefore you want to check everything off within Moodle Rooms. So we'll begin with the discussion forums. So the discussion forums, if we distill this down to the essence here, we're going to say that we need at least 4 posts. You want to get more than 4 posts to make sure to get full credit. You need at least 4 posts to get full credit. 4 posts would be really good posts in order to get full credit. Therefore, I would recommend like 7 to 8 posts really to just make sure you get this. A good post is going to add information to the discussion, so you want to make sure that you're adding information, referencing some relevant sources within the topic of the discussion. You're welcome to copy and paste or find resources on Google search or something like that. But to get full credit on a post like that, one, make sure to reference your reference or reference where you got it, because you don't want to be plagiarizing. So that's number one, have to do that. Number two, to get full credit on a post like that, would like to rephrase it in your own words or critique it. Say whether you agree with it or not, or why, or add some kind of critique information to it. I will be adding more information as we go to the discussion forums. You're welcome to respond to any post in any thread, whether it be mine or other students' threads as we go. Then we have the assignments and the homework. So we have, now note that this assignment's in Connect. This is going to be in Connect. As far as the homework goes, we do have one Moodle Rooms homework down here. So not everything is in Connect. Be aware of that. We want to make sure to pick this one up. It's going to be more of a writing type of assignment. So that being said, let's see what is in Connect. So you want to go to Connect, do the work, and then go back here and check them off. So if we go up into Connect, we have the week 1 homework. I would actually do the Learn Smart first, because this will kind of walk you through the questions within the book. There should only be about 25 questions within the Learn Smarts. Once you're done with those, you could go back in there and continue. It's good practice for the final, it being shorter questions similar to the type of questions within, not the final, but the quiz down here. So it's similar type of format to the quiz. But just be aware that once you're done with 25, you're done with that. You've gotten full credit on that. So you have to get around 25 correct. So be aware of that. Then we have the longer ones here. So these are going to be the longer ones. Be aware that the paperclip is related to the assignment. So the paperclips do not need to be turned in. However, the paperclips will have a lot of relevant information that really will be helpful in order to complete these assignments. So for example, if you opened this paperclip, you would have an Excel sheet with links to videos and an example problem and a worksheet, the 3 tabs at the bottom. The example problem and the videos will be very helpful. You can go through these and really kind of figure out what the problem is doing. So remember that you don't have to do this worksheet here, but you may want to do it to help you to input the information into Connect. Or you can go through this example problem, see the similar problem that you will be given within Connect and here, and then plug those numbers into this information here. So make sure to take advantage of those resources and realize that the paperclips are something that will be helpful, but not something mandatory to do. Same thing for here, of course. And then you have the quiz, which you want to make sure to take by Sunday. We're going to go back to Moodle Rooms. Those are the 2 assignments you'd want to check off. Those are the ones that look like the piece of paper. Then we have the 1 homework. That was the Learn Smart. The second homework is a Moodle Rooms assignment. So make sure to go in here and complete the Moodle Rooms assignment and turn it in here to Moodle Rooms. The quiz was in Connect. So just make sure that one thing that's not in Connect is here. And when you complete that, then just realize that the Gradebook is over here on the left-hand side. As everything is due as of Sunday at the close of the week, make sure to do the quiz, because quizzes cannot generally be made up. Much of their other assignments can be made up. Therefore, if you run into a time constraint, make sure to take the quiz and therefore pick up as many points as possible. And then we do have some more leeway for late work on some of the assignments, although you could lose points for late work on those. So that's how you'd want to pick that up. The grades will be graded by Tuesday following the close of the week. So by Tuesday following the close of the week on Sunday, these grades should be populated. For example, this dash should turn into 100% because everybody's shooting for 100% there. And same for the assignment, same for the quiz, and same for the homeworks. Now, if you go in here on Tuesday and the dash turns into a 0, that would indicate that it has not been completed. If you think you have completed it, then let me know. And if it hasn't been completed, then think about picking up any late work related to any zeros that are in the gradebook at that time. And then it'll be graded again following the end of week 2. Anything done in week 2 will be graded following the close of week 2 on Sunday by Tuesday following the close, whether it be late work for week 1 or new work that is due within week 2. All right, so that's going to be it for the first week, so have a good week 1.